I'm Kasia.
And I'm Krista.
And we are confidence coaches for
kids.
Hey guys, confidence coaches for kids are here. I'm Kasia.
I'm Krista.
We're back coming to you from our living rooms, our dining rooms, trying to practice social distancing. And we have an important topic today for these crazy times. And it's really, again, about the power of leaning into connection right now.
Yes. We have been listening to all sorts of audiobooks and podcasts and reading, and something that's really sticking out in our minds and in our hearts is how important it is to lean in to people, especially when you do not understand their perspective. We're at a time where we are having to connect virtually, so we don't have that in-person connection. We are able to see each other's faces virtually, but even our tones and body language cannot always be picked up on that. And we all have a range of emotions. We all have different opinions about social distancing or teachers or expectations of what it looks like to work at home. And so more than ever, we need to lean in, literally, right? And literally and figuratively. Thank you. I'm losing my words up here, guys. And to try to understand where people are coming from. That's not saying you have to agree, though, right?
Yeah, I think that especially right now when our emotions are running a little bit high, because this is a brand new situation none of us are used to, it's easy to start to feel anxious. It's easy to start to feel irritated or quick-tempered towards others. And it's really because we're very unsure right now. And so attempting to understand another's perspective, we're seeing, it's so important because, we're seeing on social media where people are just attacking each other because of different views regarding social distancing, like Krista said, or, this is what it's like to be a working parent. Oh, well, it's bad for me because I'm this, great. We all have different experiences. Yeah. And so if we can try to lay off of the judgment and give each other grace right now, it's going to go a long way for relationships in the long run, because we will end this eventually.
Yep.
And you're going to want those relationships.
Yes. Yeah. I just made really big eyes. It's funny when you can see yourself on the screen that way. I was thinking, another thing you and I were talking about that I wanted to share with everyone. There are a lot of comments and feelings about our high school seniors or any of our students that are in transition years where they are being promoted from one school and moving up to another school, and how they are not going to have those traditions. And there are people that are really feeling for them. And there are people who are saying, well, listen, you're not being shipped off to war. Both sides I see both sides. What we need to understand, though, is, again, we're all going to have different perspectives. We all walk in different shoes. We all have had different life experiences and different connections with people to give us the feelings and opinions that we have, that really, I think it's important to acknowledge that someone might be feeling really bummed about the loss of a tradition, but then it's all we can do is hope that they can find some peace in that, and then look for the silver lining on the other side of the situation.
I think that brings up something really important, Krista, because we are very complex beings, right? We have a lot of emotion, and we're going to flip-flop back and forth. And we want you also to know that whether you're experiencing some grief because you are missing out on your prom, for example, or your 8th grade promotion, that's totally normal. And that is okay to feel that way. And you need to own those feelings, because otherwise, if you stuff them down, it's not going to be good for you. It's going to come back later. But on the other side of that, as you are dealing with that and processing that, we can't urge you enough to also be focusing on what are some things that you're grateful for in this situation too. You're super bummed about losing prom, yet you're super grateful because you have a home and your family is all there and you're all healthy. It's okay to feel both ways. And that might feel confusing at times, but just know that that's normal, and you need to be able to feel those emotions and process it.
Yeah. And I love that. We talked a little bit about that last week also. And you can't sit in those emotions for too long because then they take over. Right. So yeah, acknowledge them, feel them, go through it, and then find that silver lining. Move your body.
Yes.
I'm watching, I've got a almost teenager in the house, and emotions feel big, right? They just feel big and they take over. And when we're grumpy or cranky or feeling sorry for ourselves, which are okay and all normal to have, that happens to everyone, super natural. But the best thing you can do is move your body. When I force her to go on a walk, she's not happy about it at first. But by the time we come home, we are smiling, we're chatting, and we're able to talk about other things to distract us from the sadness that we have.
Same in this house, Krista. I mean, that's every morning with our nature walk. I talked about it last week, and every morning it's, I don't want to get my clothes on, and then by the time we come back, honestly, in Carter's gratitude journal the last 2 days, the thing that he's most grateful about is that morning nature walk with his dad. And he said that.
That's awesome.
And so I mean, it will do you a lot of good. And just fight through that initial hesitation, because you always feel better after you move.
Yep. So true. So true. So when it feels difficult, when someone is challenging you in your beliefs or your opinions or feelings, lean in. Try to understand or hear their perspective. You don't have to agree with it, but try to hear their perspective and know that that's theirs, you have yours, and that at this time we need to love and support each other.
Yes, it's all about love and connection, guys. We hope that you take that into the week this week. And go ahead and comment if you have anything that you'd like to interact with each other about. We're here to support you, and lean in, guys. It's not easy, but it's worth it.
Lean in.
Okay, bye, guys.
See you next week.